Hello students, Assalamu alaikum. In our previous class, we have done the first chapter of supplementary. Now we will do the second chapter of supplementary, and this is bringing up Kari. Kari is an elephant here in this story. Kari, a 5 months old baby elephant, lives and grows up with his 9 years old friend and keeper. Before we read, here is some information about the story. In this story, there is a character Kari. Kari is a young elephant and its age is 5 months old, and it lives and grows up with his 9 years old friend and keeper. Who is this friend? The narrator. Kari doesn't eat much, just about 16 kilograms of delicious treats a day. The diet of Kari is not too much. It eats 16 kilograms of delicious treats every day. Playful and sensitive, Kari saves a boy from drowning. Although Kari is very playful, but it is sensitive too, and it has saved a young boy from drowning. Kari the elephant was 5 months old when he was given to me to take care of. In this story, the narrator is starting with the description of Kari the elephant, and he was only 5 months old when he was given to the narrator. I was 9 years old and I could reach his back if I stood on tiptoe. The age of the narrator was 9 years old at that time, and he could easily reach to the back of the elephant with the help of the tips of his toe. He seemed to remain that high for nearly 2 years, and the elephant remained to the same height for nearly 2 years. We grew together. Here the narrator is using the word we, and we means the elephant and the narrator. Both of them grew up together. That is probably why I never found out just how tall he was. This is the reason the narrator had never thought about the age of the elephant. He lived in a pavilion under a thatched roof which rested on thick tree stumps so that it could not fall in when Kari bumped against the pole as he moved about. He lived in a pavilion. Pavilion means a shelter made with light roof. The roof was not very strong. Under a thatched roof, and the roof of that pavilion was made of sticks which rested on thick tree stumps so that it could not fall in, and that roof was supported with the thick tree stumps. With the help of thick tree stumps, the roof taking uh, was made there because Kari was very strong. It could not fall in when Kari bumped against the poles as he moved about, because when Kari will go inside the shelter, it can fall down if it will be supported with small bamboos, but the roof is supported with thick stumps of the trees, so the roof will not fall down. One of the first thing Kari did was to save the life of a boy. The first thing that Kari did was that he had saved the life of a boy. Kari did not eat much, but he nevertheless needed 40 pounds of twigs a day to chew and play with. Although the diet of Kari, we have already read that it eats 16 kilograms per day, but the narrator had to bring 40 pounds of twigs every day because Kari used to chew them and used to play with them. Every day I used to take him to the river in the morning for his bath. Every day the narrator used to bring the elephant to the river for the bath. He would lie down on the sandbank while I rubbed him with the clean sand of river for an hour. After that, he would lie in the water for a long time. and the narrator used to rub the elephant in water, and he cleaned the body of the water, and after that the elephant lie down there in water to take rest. On coming out, his skin would be shining like ebony, and he would squeal with to please the water down his back. When it comes out, the body of the elephant will shine like ebony. Ebony is a dark color wood, the black wood, and the color of the elephant shine like ebony when it comes out from the river after taking a bath. And the elephant started to trumpet. Squeal means making sound. It started to making loud sound with pleasure, with happiness, when the narrator rubbed the water from his back. Then I would take him by the ear, because this is the easiest way to lead an elephant, and leave him on the edge of the jungle while I went into the forest to get some luscious twigs for his dinner. After that, the narrator used to hold the ear of the elephant. With the help of that, the elephant will not make sound, and can easily be controlled. One has to have a very sharp edge to cut down these twigs. For cutting these twigs, a very sharp axe will be needed, because it takes half an hour to sharpen the edge, because if a twig is mutilated, an elephant will not touch it. The axe should be, edge means the weapon should be very sharp, because if the weapon will not be sharp, then the twigs will not be in a proper shape, and if they will be cut in awkward way, then the elephant will not eat them. Will not touch them means will not eat them. It was not an easy job to get twigs and saplings for Kari. So it was not very easy to bring twigs and saplings for Kari. Sapling means small plants. I had to climb all kind of trees to get the most delicate and tender twigs. The narrator had to climb all kind of trees, had to search all the trees so that he can get delicate and soft twigs for the elephant, as he was very fond of the young branches of the banyan tree, which grows like a cathedral of leaves and branches. And narrator knew very well that the elephant loved to eat the leaves and branches of the young banyan tree, the young branches of banyan tree. I was gathering some one spring day in March when I suddenly heard Kari calling to me in the distance. Kari one day the narrator was collecting the twigs for Kari in the month of March, and suddenly the narrator heard the sound of the elephant. As he was still very young, the call was more like that of a baby than an elephant. As Kari was not too young, so his sound was like a baby. I thought somebody was hurting him. So I came down from my tree and ran very fast to the edge of the forest where I had left him. But he was not there. The narrator thought that somebody was hurting the elephant, so he had to come out quickly. I looked all over, but I couldn't find him. The narrator had searched everywhere, but there was nothing. He couldn't see the elephant there. I went near the edge of the river and I saw a black something struggling above its surface. The narrator reached near the surface of water, and there he saw that something was struggling in water. Then it rose higher, and it was the trunk of my elephant. After some time, the narrator had seen that it is nothing but the trunk of his elephant. I thought he was droning. The narrator thought the elephant was drowning there. I was helpless because I could not jump into the water and save the 400 pound of him, since he was much higher than I. The narrator thought that the elephant was drowning there, but he was not able to save the elephant because he knew he was helpless and he knew that the weight of the elephant is nearly 400 pounds and he was higher too. But I saw his back rise above the water, and the moment he caught my eye, he began to trumpet and struggle up to the shore. But after some time, the narrator observed that of the elephant is also coming out, and as the elephant observed the narrator, he caught observe the narrator caught my eye means the moment he caught my eye means the moment he had seen the narrator there, he began to trumpet and struggle up to the shore. The elephant began to make sound and began to struggle to come to the shore. Then, still trumpeting, he pushed me into the water and I fell into the stream. And still making loud sound, the elephant pushed the narrator inside the water and the narrator fell down in the water. I saw a boy lying flat on the bottom of the river. Suddenly the narrator saw that there was the body of a boy and he was lying there inside the water. He had not altogether touched bottom, but he was somewhat afloat. Although he had not touched the bottom, but he was about to sink there. I came to the surface of the water to take my breath, and there Kari was standing, his feet planted in the sandbank and his trunk stretched out like a hand waiting for mine. The narrator, after observing the body of the boy inside the water, the narrator came to the surface again to take breath there, and there Kari was standing. He had planted his feet in the sand at the bank of the river, and it was giving, stretching his trunk means it was giving his trunk as somebody gives hand to hold. I dived down again and pulled the body of the drowning boy to the surface. Now the narrator dived again inside the water to pull the body of the boy upward. Not, but the narrator was not a good swimmer. I could not swim ashore, and the slow current was already dragging me down. The narrator could not swim towards the shore, and the current of the water was thus very slow, and it was pushing the narrator inside the water. Seeing us drift by in the current, Kari, who was usually slow and ponderous, suddenly darted down like a hawk. As the narrator, as the elephant observed, the elephant observed that the body and the narrator were not able to swim in the current. Although the elephant was very slow and ponderous, ponderous means heavy, but suddenly it jumped inside the water. And like a hawk means eagle, sea eagle, like a sea eagle, it came inside the water. Inside the water, there he saw, the narrator saw that it was giving his trunk again to hold the narrator. You can see here in the picture, the elephant is uh, trying to hold the narrator with the help of his trunk. I raised up my hand to catch it, but it slipped. The narrator tried to hold the trunk of the elephant, but it slipped. I found myself going under the water again, but this time I found that the water was not very deep, so I sank to the bottom of the river and doubled my feet under me, and then suddenly kicked the water bad and so shoot upward like an arrow. in spite of the fact that I was holding the drowning boy with my hand. But the narrator observed that the water is not very deep there. So he make a position like a good swimmer and he hold the body of the boy, and with the help of his legs he pushed the water behind his legs, and like an arrow it came upward to the shore of the river. As my body rose above the water, I felt a lasso around my neck. This frightened me. I thought some water animal was going to swallow me. I heard Kari is squealing, and I knew it was his tongue about my neck. He pulled us both ashore. But as the narrator was coming towards the shore of the river, he thought that he felt something around his neck, something like rope. Lasso means rope with a nose at the end. Something like rope. He felt something like rope around his neck. You can see here in the picture that he is holding the narrator with the help of his trunk. So the narrator felt that trunk around his neck, and this frightened the narrator. He thought that there is some water animal and it was going to swallow. Swallow means to eat up. I heard Kari squealing, but suddenly the narrator heard the sound of the elephant, and I knew it was a trunk about my neck. And the narrator understood that it is nothing but the trunk of elephant. He pulled us both ashore, and with the help of the trunk, the elephant pulled both of them toward the shore. This is the first part of the story. I have explained you, and I hope that you have understood it. Now in the next video I will send you the remaining part of the story. Till then you read the story by yourself and try to understand this. I have already sent you the PDF of this story. Till then,